Okay, I'm with Stan Dziedzic, former world champion, Olympic medalist, national coach. Now he's our USA rep to the FILA board, and he's on he's an executive board member. Stan, what exactly does the FILA board or the FILA Bureau do? Just for the wrestling fans out there, what do they actually do on a daily basis?
Well, on a daily basis, of course, each is a delegate at various competitions, whether it's the Continental Championship, the World Championship, the Olympic Games. So all of those events have to have a FILA delegate. So during the year, they may attend 3 or 4 different events. They also will inspect several sites to make sure that it's up to the standard of FILA, and then help administer it as the event goes on.
And during the Olympic Games, they're all watching the competition. Is there anything they're looking for? Are they thinking about making rule changes, judging referees? What do they do?
Well, I think when you look at a quadrennial, you have to, or for the most part, we're required to put in a set of rules that may have amendments, but they're not going to change. So now, at the end of London, we'll look forward to what rule changes do we need to introduce. We probably have a 6 to 9 month window where we can incorporate some of those rule changes and try them out in Continental Championships before the World Championships to see how we'll modify the rules going forward. And this year we'll do it in a unique way through the athletes' website. Each federation will have a password to be able to give their ideas.
Oh, that's a great idea. What's your gut feeling? Are there going to be a lot of rule changes, some minor adjustments? What do you think is going to happen just from watching the Greco-Roman?
From watching the Greco-Roman, that is sort of a different perspective. From hearing over the last year what I've been able to gather from the various federations, from different athletes, what seems to be gaining traction, there probably is far less rule changes and there are more modifications or just slight adjustments in the freestyle. I would think in the Greco-Roman there may be more substantive changes, because here's the two things that we want to eliminate. We want to eliminate a wrestler winning a gold medal or a bronze medal, or for that matter getting into those championship matches solely by the fact that they didn't get turned or prevented their opponent from scoring on them. We want the wrestler who has scored to win the match. And the same thing with the clinch. Now the clinch has been a little bit more successful because there's very few matches over the past 3 years in the medal rounds or the semifinals that the match was actually won by a wrestler who won 2 clinches while the other wrestler actually scored the only technical points in the other period, which is what we want to eliminate. We don't want that in a freestyle. And there are few modifications that we can hopefully reduce that number from 5 or 6 that occurred in the last 3 years to hopefully 0, but if we get down to 1 or 2, I guess that's what we'll have to live with.
How long have you been on the FILA Bureau? 6 years.
I was just up for re-election here, so I got re-elected for another 6-year term.
Oh, congratulations. That's great. It's important to have an American on the committee. Thanks a lot for your time, and good luck at the championships.